Don't worry, I'll explain what this one is in a minute. So, there's been some new news in the film photography world. There's a new camera coming out, which is just amazing news. So Rollei, in conjunction with another company called Mint, who normally do things with instant cameras but with a little bit more control than what a lot of the market sort of has, they announced that they're going to remake the 35S, I suppose, but the 35AF autofocus. Fantastic. Now, I don't want this channel to become a news channel. I think there's plenty of other people who do an amazing job at that. But I'm mentioning it because this is actually something that I think is super interesting for me. I like to take a camera with me wherever I go as a general rule, and less so at the moment because I recently sold my Voigtlander Vito CL, which was a very good camera, but if you watch the video I explain that because it didn't have a focus system, I would miss too many shots. So I've been kind of going through replacements, and at the moment, I'm using this absolutely gorgeous Contax 3A in stunning chrome. It has a lot of manual control. It's interchangeable lens, so there's some lens options that I'm looking at, and I love using this camera, but it's a very precious camera. And there's not that many people who repair these anymore, and those who repair them and repair them well charge appropriately. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just something you have to be aware of if you're interested in a camera like this. And because it is such a precious camera to me, when I take it with me to work, I normally have it in a case. That case looks something like this. It's kind of large. It's so large that sometimes I have to make a choice between whether I want to take my lunch or the camera. Of course, the camera is always the correct choice. So it has been on my mind that I'd like to get another camera that I can take with me every day. This one's a little too precious, so I had considered something like the Konica 3A, which I think would be really good, except it doesn't have a light meter in it, but otherwise it's fine. I can get a light meter. It's not a big problem. And the reason why I want to have a camera like this is so that I can do photo series, kind of like assignments. So I'll talk about that another time, but having a camera with you so you can quickly take a picture, sometimes if it's so you can come back with a more appropriate camera, but often because the first time you see it is sort of the most unique look that you have at it. So you get like one great shot at it before, you over-egg it. Now, having a little camera, something that is with me all the time, is really important for this. And there's the second-hand cameras like I mentioned, but it's good to see that there's a new camera option, something a little bit more automatic, something where you're not necessarily worried about old electronics from the 90s dying in it. So I think this is a really cool option. It's something that I'm going to keep an eye on. I think it'll be really good. It'll certainly be a great camera for people who are looking to get into photography. This may not be their first camera, but it could certainly be something that a lot of people are interested in. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. What do you think? Do you think this is a good move for the industry? Do you think it's a little bit too simple? Were you more hoping for a SLR? I know a lot of people are. But for me, might just be something I'm interested in.